Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Be Perfectly Blended. If you've been here before, thanks so much for coming back. And if this is your first time, thanks so much for clicking on. In today's video, it is a half day for my youngest at school. So I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity this morning to run to Winco. Once I get home, I'll give you a Winco haul. I also have a great find that I found at a consignment shop. So I'm super excited to show you that. And then I'm also making fajitas for dinner. And of course, I have dishes. Thanks so much for coming along with me. Nope. We had to get a different cart because our first one, wheels were a little bit too wobbly. Leave a comment down below and let me know. Does that bother you? I can't. If the wheels are too wobbly or make a sound too much, I do put the cart back. I have to grab a new one, I guess, for my own sanity. Anyways, like I said, at Winco, look at all the Halloween stuff. I took a quick second to run down this aisle. I really didn't need anything, although I did grab another bag of candy. And man, is it just me or are candy prices just like the bags of candy? I never remember spending this much at all. But anyways, I did get some candy. And here I'm just grabbing beans. I'm going to go ahead and make some chili later on this week. While you're watching me shop, I want to go ahead and talk about something. I've mentioned this in a previous video. I'm super excited. I'm hosting Thanksgiving this year for my family. I have hosted Thanksgiving before, and I do a lot of the cooking. But home-wise, my mom, my aunt, and my cousin have houses that are like easier to kind of entertain in and that type of thing. I have a split level home, but we're going to make it work, and I'm super excited to do it. So look forward to videos coming up as I situate my home and prep and plan, cook, and all that. So when we leave here, we're going to run to a consignment shop, and I'm going to score, because what I was looking for was a table and chairs for the kids downstairs, and that's exactly what I found. I wanted a little kids table with 4 chairs because I have my grandkids plus my nieces coming from Finland. So as we went to this consignment shop, boom, there it is waiting for me. I'm so excited. I got it. The chairs, the table, that is exactly, literally what I came here for. And I'll explain a little bit of that later in the video. But I came to the Winco out here just so I could come to this consignment shop to see if they happen to have a table and chairs for the grandkids. And they had it sitting right out as you saw. So I'm going to run home. I will do a quick grocery haul when I get there. But yeah, literally came here 2 minutes. It's right there. We're ready to go. See you when I get back. All right, made it back home. I'm going to do a quick grocery haul. Then we got to jump in the car real quick, and then we'll be back to tackle the dishes. So here we go. All right, here is a quick overview of what I got at Winco. So I'll go ahead and start over here. I grabbed this. I'm going to make Philly cheesesteak sandwiches with this and some peppers and the provolone cheese and the hoagie roast. So I'll show that just for a quick and easy dinner. I got some seasoned fries. My son requested the seasoned ones. Of course, my seasonings, chili, taco, fajitas. We're going to have fajitas tonight. This is just a little chicken because I do get the tortillas. I actually do this right here and make wraps. So super good. So I got 2 of those just for a quick and easy lunch. I did get some of the shrimp. I do have to take the tails off. I just realized they're tail on, but they're deveined and all that. So I'll tell you about that in a minute. I got the meat. I scored pretty well. I got this right now on sale, and I'm going to use it tonight for fajitas. So that'll work perfectly. Hamburger meat that I normally get. We are going to do chili and, of course, tacos sometime this week. And then I got these right here on a great deal, both of them, and I'm going to freeze them. But I used to make these when my older kids were younger and like kind of make them like ribs, but it's almost like they were fancy. We would do them with ribs and either mashed potatoes and gravy or rice, which we'll probably do rice because we're doing a lot of mashed potatoes this time of year. So anyways, I did get this, and that is what the shrimp is for, and this sausage as well. So quick and easy dinner, shrimp with sausage in this Zatarain's jambalaya rice. And then you can go ahead and do corn and or cornbread or both. And it's a perfect little meal. Very easy to make. The hoagie rolls for the Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. This is the cereal I got for this week. Some more red potatoes back there. Chocolate chip muffins. I picked these out because I just think they're so good. I know, isn't that horrible? But Zatarans. This is the cilantro lime to go with the fajitas tonight. We have a lot of bottled water, so I got this for the kids to put in their water. I picked up one of these. They were on sale. I should have picked up two, preparing to make like dump cakes this fall season. So grab butter. I don't need butter, but it was at a good price too. And again, I feel like this is the time of year where you stock up like on your baking things and, you know, your soups and all your corn and vegetables and all that stuff. So here is the other chicken that I used there. So I did get the peppers. I got a green pepper, a yellow pepper, and a red pepper. And so I'm going to cut these up for fajitas and Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. And then I got this for myself, tortillas for the fajitas tonight, provolone for the Philly cheesesteak. I am going to be doing a birthday dinner. I have two of my children are born, one October 28th, one October 29th. Bear with me as I explain this. I'm going to have a dinner November 2nd, I believe it is. It's a Sunday dinner, combining their birthdays with all the family that comes and everything. So I'll be prepping for that. That's a whole nother thing. But part of the dish I'll be making is homemade mac and cheese. So I just got this big thing of noodles. And then looking here, like I said, my cream of chicken, cream of celery, grilling beans. I already have two. I just wanted to have one more. Grilling beans will be one thing that I will be making for the birthday party meal. And then I did pick up 2 cream corns. Because again, the time of year, and I want to make sure I have cream corn because that is what is required for certain recipes come Thanksgiving. And I just like to already have it. And then of course I got our regular corn for when I fry corn or whatever. And then some stuff for chili. I don't need to go through it all, but basically all different kinds of chili beans and tomatoes and the chili seasoning. And I'll be making chili sometime this week. Some milk. And cheese, some more chicken wings. I already have 2 bags of chicken wings, so this will be the 3rd bag because I am going to fry chicken wings for the birthday dinner. But again, that's not till November. So I think that is everything that I have. So I'm going to go ahead and get this put away and we will move on to the next thing. By the time I got the dishes put away, it was time to go get my son. As I mentioned, it's half day. I did leave that out because that's going with dinner. Once I picked up my son, of course, we have to stop and grab a snack real quick. Now we're home. And look what patiently waited for me. Yay. Sometimes you just need to use a little extra. My dishes have been sitting over here for a second. It is early afternoon. So I'm going to go ahead and give these dishes a light scrub and then soak them. So I like to soak my dishes with warm water. Actually, it's really, really warm water. And then a splash of bleach and Dawn dish soap. So back to Thanksgiving, which is kind of funny to say considering it's October and we still have Halloween. But back to Thanksgiving. Leave a comment down below and let me know, do you primarily host Thanksgiving or do you go somewhere for Thanksgiving? Or even if you go out. I know some families go out to eat. So just curious if you host Thanksgiving or not. I have hosted Thanksgiving before, as I mentioned, but primarily it's my mom or my aunt or my cousin at their home. And we all live pretty close to each other within neighboring cities, just because of how their homes are set up. But this year it's going to be here, so I'm super excited. Here is the table that I picked up. I just set it downstairs for right now. It is absolutely perfect. It has 4 chairs, exactly what I needed. As I mentioned, my niece is coming from Finland with my brother and his wife, so I'm really excited. I just put this up. This is a piece that I had from my grandma. When my mom was younger, they actually lived in Japan for a few years. And then my oldest son went to Japan when he was in high school. So I have a few pieces that he brought back as well. Let me straighten up that there. So yeah, here is the downstairs, and I'm gonna have to figure out how I want to situate it when it is time. But yeah, that's for a different day. All right, so I'm about to make dinner. I had to change out of my other sweatshirt. It was just kind of getting a little too hot and a little too heavy. Plus, I don't want to get anything on it because I don't know if you know what type of sweatshirt it was, but I'm hoping to have to wear it one or two more times here in the near future, if you catch my drift. It's a baseball sweatshirt, so hoping our team keeps going. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and do dinner. I am doing steak fajitas, which you've seen on my channel. I've done them here. I've done them up at the cabin. I did get this meat that I showed earlier from Winco. They just marked it down, so I'm going to go ahead and use my meat scissors here and cut kitchen scissors and cut up the meat. I'm just going to cut it up into strips. Put some, or do it here in the pan, put some butter in. I'm going to do some of the cilantro lime rice back here, just following the box directions. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Then I'm also going to cut up some of the peppers. I'm going to put my butter in here, saute up the peppers, and my son grows onions. If you haven't seen them before, they're little round ones. They're like the perfect size to slice up. So I'm going to do some of those. So I'm not going to show step by step because I've done this a lot before. So I just thought I'd lay it out for you. Now I'm going to get started cooking. Hey, babe. So here I'm just dicing up the onions, well, slicing them up real quick. I did put some butter here in the pan, and then I'm going to add my peppers as well and just mix it all together and saute it here in the pan with some butter. I really like the cilantro lime rice, just the way it tastes. I really like any of them, but especially Zatarain's. I feel like it's super good. I also like it because you can kind of either eat it to the side or put it in the fajita. Now I'm getting the lid out. I'm going to go ahead and give it a rinse so that I could cover my pot here with the rice. But let me know, where do you keep your lids? Because I keep mine in the drawer under the stove, but then I heard that was actually for pies or to keep things warm. I'm not sure. That's just where I keep mine. Yeah, so let me know, where do you keep your lids for your pots? I'm just using my kitchen scissors to slice the meat. I just bought the meat, was already thinly sliced, so I just cut it in strips and it cooked up really nice. We actually had our first below freezing morning, and so that was my son. He took our Halo, which happens to also have a tire compressor on it, and topped my tires off because, of course, when I got up this morning, I had the beautiful low pressure light come on, but all my tires were fine, and it's just because it was so cold. I don't know what's going on with my hair here. I had one little piece sticking up, looking like alfalfa. Anyways, you see that when I did the peppers, I took the stem of one and put it in the Ziploc bag, and I'm literally just going to put it in the freezer. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I make a pumpkin cheese ball, and sometimes I will forget in the moment to put it up, and that's what you use to put on top to make it look like a pumpkin. Anyway, so I stuck that in there. Hopefully I'll remember when I'm really doing it so that I have a fresh stem, but yeah, that's what I was doing. So dinner's coming along good. I just added a little pat of butter to continue sauteing the peppers. And with my meat here, I did do just my typical seasonings of seasoned salt, garlic and onion powder, and some black pepper. Here's how the rice is coming along. I added a little butter to that as well. And now it's time to add the fajita seasoning. So I just follow the directions on the back and add the water to my meat, put the seasoning in and let it simmer. It smells so good right now. I absolutely love the way peppers and onions smell as they're sauteing. Here's what we're looking like, almost ready. So here's my husband's plate, and then here's mine. It was so good. And so now that dinner's done, I did pick up the kitchen and clean it up, but I still need to do the dishes that have been sitting here soaking, along with the pans that I used for dinner. With Halloween coming up pretty soon, I would love to know what you guys do for Halloween. Like, I know some people really, really celebrate it, dress up, get into it, adults, kids, parties. And then I know others really don't celebrate it at all, or some people just stay home and hand out candy. But I'm just curious to know what you do. I also guess it does depend on where you're at in life, because, like, for myself, it's changed obviously over time, but still kind of stayed the same. When my older kids were younger, we went to the church and we would do kind of the candy thing at the church and then just go to my parents' house or their little neighborhood and trick or treat. And that kind of became our tradition where it ended up being that we go to my mom's house every year. We have pizza and then we trick or treat in her neighborhood and have some ice cream and head back home. So really pretty simple. And we've continued that to where now I take my grandkids and we meet over at my parents', which is what we'll be doing this year, along with my youngest. And all my kids will come because we'll all eat pizza and then they'll trick or treat with their kids. So that's going to be super cool. I'm really, really excited for that. But anyways, yeah, let me know down in the comments what plans you have for Halloween. So this is the pan that I used for my fajita meat. But I really, really love this one because it's almost like a mixture of like a pan and a pot. Yeah, so just showing that. I just really, really enjoy using it. Plus it cleans up real nice. So anyways, now that the dishes are done, I'm going to go ahead and wipe everything down, starting with the countertops. And then here I am just using a bleach spray while wearing a black sweatshirt because that makes all the sense in the world. Again, I also have a gazillion aprons, so why I don't have one on? Yeah, great question. I got a little ahead of myself and realized I had some leftover crumbs here I needed to get off before I start, wiping wax on, wax off and end up spreading them all over the kitchen. So, yeah. So I got this fridge in 2021. Before that, I had a large white fridge, same fridge for the last, 18 years that I had lived in this home. And it was time for an upgrade. That refrigerator actually never went out. It was just time for an upgrade. So I got this one. I absolutely love it. But I know I did not wipe down my white fridge as much as I wipe down, obviously, now that I have stainless steel. So it is kind of funny that we buy something that gives us more work. But nevertheless, anyways, thank you so much for coming along with me today and spending the whole day with me. I really appreciate it. As I found my table for Thanksgiving for the kids, I'm super excited. Feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. Give it a thumbs up, and I hope to see you in the next one.